this next match, you have a lot to say. A little teaser for later in our show at the end for our top performer potentially. But it was great to see Deeb back, and we got the fortunate to see her last match live back in mid-February.
That's Rio.
And just watching her live was just so strategic, so methodical, so fast paced, and so she's small, and Velvet is small. Like in the ring, like seeing like the scale of the ring, what she can do with her size is really incredible. She came out hot, and just the intensity is just showing how much we missed her and how valuable she is to the division and women's wrestling overall. It was really great, high energy match. All her holds were awesome. I liked how her shirt about the 1,000 holds. And at the end, we almost saw like a mini heel turn in a way. Just the brutal, the nonstop knee smashing to do almost whatever it was going to take to put down Red Velvet. And Red Velvet's high spots are always fun to watch. Her being another small person who can really get some nice high spots. And Thunder Rosa talked about how high she is on Red Velvet when we interviewed her. But this was one of the best we've seen Deeb. And really, like, when you put her in the ring, like, who could stop someone like that?
I love Serena Deeb, dude.
I'll let you have the floor now.
No, I mean, I've been saying it for a long time. I know that she gets a lot of Dean Malenko comparisons and things like that because she's such a technician, but I've been saying it for a long time. She reminds me of Bret Hart. Old school, as an old school wrestling fan, she reminds me a lot of Bret Hart. And it's not just because of the excellence of execution moniker. It's because Bret had those moments, and even during his babyfaces runs, he had those moments where he would get nasty in matches. He would take down a guy's knee pad and really work over their knee. He would do things like that made you feel like this is a dude who wants desperately, more than anything, to win. And that's what I see with Serena Deeb. This is a woman who approaches every match she's in with that intensity and that drive to win at all costs. And that's what I loved about, the rumors about like, her ring rust and things like that. Immediately she went after Red Velvet. When this match started, just immediately went after her and wouldn't. And you said it, she showed an edge in this match. It was very clear, Deeb doesn't lean into babyface or heel very often. She's just kind of that neutral character. She is who she is. She's the champ. She takes on all comers. But she adapted in this match, and it was very obvious that the crowd was behind the AEW homegrown, that AEW underdog, that scrappy babyface in Red Velvet. We've talked about it time and again. Thunder Rosa, the first person she talked about when we talked to her, Red Velvet is a babyface through and through that people want to get behind. She shows that fire in her belly, that never say die attitude that's so easy to get behind. So knowing that, Deeb played off that natural aesthetic, played off the crowd cheering on Velvet, was more than happy to lean into that nastiness, that edge that she has in this match, and it came out through and through. Deeb was not here to play. She was here to remind everyone why she is the NWA Women's Champion, why she's beaten Riho, Thunder Rosa. You name it, Deeb has done it. And why she gets those comparisons. I mean, again, there is no higher praise than you could heap on a technical wrestler than to say that they remind you of Bret Hart. And I just think that when I look at Deeb and I see the way that she approaches professional wrestling, and I see the way that she approaches each match, she has that. Yes, she's got that technical side of her, but SPD. There is something that you could really tell she's not going through the motions. It reminds me of when we talked about this very early on in Dynamite Download history. We had to see Deeb come out, and her matches are fought with an urgency and a purpose that is really refreshing. When you watch, there's so much pro wrestling out there, dude, and there are so many matches where it feels like they're going through the motions, or they're working to the next spot, or they're just there's none of that with Deeb. It feels like a fight with her. It feels like she's under. I love that about the way she approaches her matches. I am a huge Serena Deeb fan. I think that Serena Deeb, and you look at the landscape of women's wrestling and what AEW is able to present to us as fans, they have come such a long way from where they started, dude. And a big part of that is because of their partnership with NWA. We have to give credit where credit is due. Between Mission Pro Wrestling, we see NWA, that helped us get Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa then has brought in tons of talent from Mission Pro Wrestling. Serena Deeb has emerged as truly, I feel like, the cornerstone, the talent. When you want to see someone go toe to toe and have a professional wrestling match, you throw them in the ring with Serena Deeb, and they will get tested. So I think that this division has come so far from the beginning, from where it started. And Red Velvet is another great example of that story too. Someone who was known for last year a massive losing streak is now somebody who is a legitimate title contender, somebody who has a major following in the internet wrestling community, and someone who has clearly established themselves as somebody that at any given point in time could get a title shot and be a believable women's champion. So I love what they've done. They've built a lot of stars. This match was my favorite. I mean, to me, this was my favorite match of the night. These two delivered and then some. It was just like, this is one of those matches where I want to go back and watch again. There were commercials in it and things like that. I want to catch the nuances of the performance. Dude, some of those corkscrews to the leg were absolutely brutal. I mean, the way that these two fought each other, so crisp, so smart, without question, one of my favorite matches in the women's division in the calendar year of 2021. Thought it was that good.
Wow. That is a high praise from Crayfish himself for sure.